Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the MindShare podcast. This is where we cut through the noise, say the things that need to be said, and give you strategies to help you work smarter, build MindShare, and grow a business that actually makes you money. This is episode number 351, and today is a very special one. We're proud sponsors of the Ontario Realtors Care Foundation Motorcycle Ride for Charity for the third year in a row. And it's an incredible event that brings realtors together to raise money, to raise awareness for shelter-related causes across Ontario. Now, to help us shine a spotlight on this year's ride and the amazing work that the foundation does every single day, I am joined by the chair of the Ontario Realtors Care Foundation, Lori Roberts. Now, this is going to be an Ask Me Anything styled episode where we ask Lori a whole bunch of questions that realtors, listeners, and well, the broader real estate community want answered about real estate, about writing, and about real giving. So let's get into it. Lori, welcome to the MindShare podcast.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. Ask me anything. That's scary. That could go horribly wrong.
My mind just started wheeling and I thought, wow, there's so many questions I did not prepare for today.
Right?
But we'll leave those to another time.
That's right. A different episode.
No, it's obviously very, very, very awesome to have you here. And I thought we'd open up today by asking you to share just a little bit about your own journey, both obviously in the game of real estate and in philanthropy. And what led you to get involved with the foundation, with the ORCF?
That is such a good question. It's an interesting story. Kind of have to go back a long, long time ago. I was working full-time at the Toronto Star. I had just finished wrapping up at the time the most successful United Way campaign. And that kind of opened the floodgates for me to want to give back, want to be involved. I decided at that time that I was going to give up the rat race. I was going to become a stay-at-home mom. Lasted 6 months, decided I like the rat race. I need to get back into it. Got my very first job in real estate and really have been in real estate ever since. I got licensed in 2010, which was about over 15 years later. And 2010, I knew I wanted to be involved in organized real estate. I have volunteered on many committees, both locally and nationally with our various organizations. And then I got really lucky and was on the board for my local board and was introduced to the foundation, and can honestly say I've never looked back since. It's been a part of me ever since that first day I heard about it.
It's funny when you said like you wanted to get out of the rat race, but the first things going through my brain were like, you're in real estate. This was your getting out of the rat race.
I know. I realized that I couldn't do the stay-at-home thing. I had to be involved. It's in my blood.
Oh, it's I get it. I've it's been in my blood since like day one for me.
Yeah.
Many years ago, not just professionally, but like growing up with it from my father. So I get it. It's just, it's part of us, right? It really is. But then when you talk about the foundation though, and I it's like not looking back. I don't think that people take enough stock or put enough emphasis if they haven't got involved before in doing and giving. People don't realize it. And I know that like we're all aware, like let's give, let's help, let's do. And there's tons of different things we can do out there to help different groups, different foundations, different everything. Until you're involved, you don't feel it in the heart.
Nope.
But when you do, it is a very, very warm, amazing, happy feeling. There's a lot of self-satisfaction.
Yeah.
A lot of gratitude for the people around.
Yeah.
And who you're helping. But speaking of helping, for anybody that doesn't know, what is or who is the Ontario Realtors Care Foundation? Because I want to make sure that everybody really truly understands, like, what is the ORCF all about? Because I think it's awesome.
It's interesting you say that, because when I just gave kind of my timeline, I was involved with real estate for a long time until I figured out the foundation existed. And the foundation has been around since 1967. And I think the work that we've been doing lately, people are finally hearing about it and hearing about it and knowing about it. But we are the giving arm of every single Ontario realtor across Ontario. Every realtor's board or association contributes between $1 and $3 per member per month to the foundation, and we in turn granted out to local charities in their neighborhoods, food and shelter related charities on their behalf. And last year, we, like realtors, were able to grant out $1.8 million to over 170 food and shelter related charities. It's
Wow.
an incredible thing that we're kind of like that best kept secret out there that we're trying to shout from the rooftops now.
Okay, so first of all, 1967 is it's a sore spot for Leafs fans. You bring up 67 and we all go,
Sorry.
I wasn't there to see that last Stanley Cup win, but that's what happens when you're a diehard Leafs fan. You think back to these things.
I'm married to one of those. Yeah,
I didn't know that the ORCF was around that long.
I know, it's pretty incredible. They were established through the Canadian Real Estate Association, the Ontario chapter, in 1967. And then in 1977, REA took over and ran it until about 4 years ago when we went out on our own. We're doing our own thing. But in 1999 is when the foundation decided to really focus on shelter-related charities, which just stands to reason. We're realtors. That should be where we focus our energies.
Listen, I think it's absolutely amazing. And I think that's something that's very important to bring up right now, because you mentioned $1.8 million that realtors collectively in Ontario used, raised, gave to support shelter-related causes.
Yeah.
That is super crucial to make sure that we hit it home with. And to everybody tuned in, really, let that one sink in for a moment. And I'm going to go there without going there, but there's a lot of headlines in the news right now about what's going on with the market. There's a lot of headlines in the news about what's going on with like other stuff that we know about. And it all sets a tone for what the public believes our role is in this game and what they think of when they think, do they need a realtor? When they think of, do they trust a realtor? And we know this industry is made up of some absolutely amazing individuals, not just giving individuals, but people who truly are in this as professionals that do an amazing job and truly care about the people that they're helping. Yeah. And we're talking about the homeowners, the buyers, the sellers.
Yeah.
And I talk about this a lot, Lori. It's important that we, as an industry, communicate to educate. It's our way of battling the headlines, of battling the negative news, of battling the media and whatever headlines they want to put out to which really shift the way people believe the markets are going. Well, in this case now, when we go, well, there's a lot of negative news. How do we deal with that? It's not about us yelling and screaming from the rooftops on our own social medias, because that does not bode well for anybody.
No.
Instead, collectively, as an industry, when we can sit back and say, hey, $1.8 million was just given away last year to help people.
It's incredible. And in the communities, like we have realtors across the entire province. All the money didn't just go to one area. Right. Where they are located is where the money goes.
So, okay, if we summarize this in one sentence, the foundation actually does.
Do you know me? One sentence? Oh my gosh.
That's what I say. Like, you got 30 seconds. I'm like, I can't say my name in 30 seconds.
Yeah, right. One sentence, the foundation, we help our realtors make sure that everyone has adequate food and shelter in their communities.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, I know. It's powerful.
I mean, look, we're helping people with the biggest move of their entire lives, to be able to give back and to be able to partake in the bigger, broader picture of the community. I mean, it's look, again, realtors, everybody listening, it's really important to understand these are amazing options for us to really take advantage of how to raise the level of our brand awareness as an industry, as well as our own small businesses.
Yeah.
To get involved in the community.
Yeah. And I think it's important to also point out, because I think as real estate professionals, the profession, we tend to focus on the residential realtor. But when we say realtors, we've got people who do leases. We have people who do commercial. Like, it's every single realtor that contributes to this. So just to put it out there and remind everyone that it's not just the residential resale realtor that does this. It's every realtor, whether they do a lease, whether they do a commercial deal, condo, mansions, the little places. It's everybody.
So how does this foundation specifically then differ from, say, other charitable organizations that realtors may already support? Because obviously we know that, like we said before, there's a variety of different places you can go and support and do and give and be a part of. What's the real difference here that the ORCF is bringing to the table?
I think the thing is that the foundation, when it was created back in 1967 all the way till today, it was created by realtors for realtors. It was this mechanism to allow us to shout from the rooftops the good work that we do, allow us to give back to the communities that support us. Like that, they are the ones that help us make our living. So it's a way for realtors to give back, which is different from a lot of other charities. We in turn can take that money and donate it to the individual charities that, again, impact the different communities. What a community or a charity in North Bay needs might be very different from what where I am in Durham region, what I need. So we are able to really pinpoint who needs what in the various communities.
I think to even support that further, I would say that, when you think about giving to a particular organization, a particular charity that you feel you want to give to, you want to be a part of, fantastic. And I wouldn't sit here and say, don't do it. Where I just see the emphasis here again about being part of the ORCF and involving the ORCF in all this is that we, again, collectively, like if I look, and we'll talk more about this in a moment, but if I host an event and I raise 20 grand, I've raised 20.
Yeah.
Well, collectively, I am actually able to say down the road, we as a foundation raised 1.8 million.
Well, and I think that's a huge part of it. But I think also if we look at it from the charities perspective, they appreciate me as the single agent, the single person who does a fundraiser, and I make $1,000, which is phenomenal to give to my charity of choice. But if we come through the foundation and that charity of choice, we can maybe give $10,000 as the collective. That organization can really plan so much better with $10,000 as opposed to $1,000. And that 1,000 goes, it just multiplies and amplifies its impact. So it's the collective effort that makes it worthwhile.
Great point. It is the collective effort, and that's really the big one here that I really encourage everybody to really pay attention to and leverage. Right? See, because when we look at it, giving back isn't just about writing a check, right? This is about brand. This is about community. It's about impact. And realtors, our industry is obviously seen as deal makers, which we are. But the truth is, realtors across Ontario are also difference makers.
Yeah.
And this foundation is living proof of that.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to put it out there to everybody that, again, we're here with Lori Roberts today. She's the chair of the Ontario Realtors Care Foundation. We're doing an AMA and Ask Me Anything, and we're learning more about Lori. We're learning more about the foundation, and we're about to start talking about, the motorcycle ride. But today is all about giving back. And I've just thrown a link on the bottom of the page here. We're asking you to please, take a look at it, get involved, learn more, get involved, www.realtorscareontario.ca/ride. We're going to sort of jump in a little bit here now into an upcoming event that we do have going on, which I, for one, am super excited about. As you can tell, I wore my nice Harley Davidson shirt today. And I've also got sitting here in the studio with me, this podcast, I've got my official
Love it.
Ontario Realtors Care Foundation Ride for Charity patch. So again, I know that, what did this one say? 2023. I wonder if I missed mine from 2024.
Yeah,
I got to see.
We just ordered our patches for this year's ride. It was just
Cool.
presented at our meeting. So yes.
Nice. So I am super excited. Now we do know that the ORCF, as we've just been talking about, hosts a variety of really great events. I know the Jam with the President's coming up.
Yep.
That's coming up shortly. What's the date of that? Just
you stumped me. That one.
Okay,
I believe it's
I know who's going to have that date.
November 30th.
November 30th.
December 1st. Yeah.
Got it.
So that is it is in conjunction with the Realtor. It's not called PAC Days anymore. It's a different name, but it's the political conference that REA puts on. And this is Powerhouse Conference. Thank you very much, Jessica, for that. It is in conjunction with that. And it's a lot of fun. And we make some good money for the foundation through that.
But I mean, again, you look at all these fun events that are going on. And you look at, the organization and the fact that, again, realtors are hosting their own events, which is fantastic, right? So a lot of them do their own events. Again, everybody, there's a lot of ways to leverage the RCF, to take advantage of giving back as a realtor. In this case today, again, our goal is to highlight our upcoming motorcycle ride. Fingers crossed the weather's going to be good for us. I know for myself, I will be partaking. I'll be meeting you guys at the end of day one based on scheduling. So we're going to be getting our butts up to Sudbury to meet you guys and have some fun that evening, celebrate a great ride on that day, and then obviously continue on the next day. I think we end in Barrie the next day as our final stop. But Lori, tell us more about the motorcycle, like the motorcycle ride. Like, what's this one all about?
So you mentioned the Jam with the President and then the motorcycle ride. These two events make me way cooler than I actually am.
I think you're super cool.
I get a little bit of street cred by being involved with them, but this is the ride is a lot of fun. It is motorcycle enthusiasts come to it. Both realtors and non-realtors can join the ride. We have been doing it for 18 years. And over the 18 years, that ride has raised almost $550,000 for the foundation, which is incredible that that's what it's raised for it. This year so far, we've got 23 riders already registered, and I do think it'll go up. And we have approximately $30,000 already raised for this year's, and our goal is $58,000. So we're putting it out there to get some donations, get some riders to help us meet our goal for that.
That's exactly what we're doing right now. So everybody listening, everybody watching, whether you're watching this live, you're watching this recording, and you're thinking to yourself, well, I have a motorcycle. I'd like to do this. Join us.
Join us.
So
it's
what do I do?
Fun.
Go to the link on the bottom of the page, realtorscareontario.ca/ride.
Yeah.
And everything's right there for you. Okay. It's that simple. So don't hesitate. Like, you want to join us. It sounds like it's going to be amazing. It is going to be amazing.
It really is.
And I know that, people, society looks, bikers, they look like they're mean, bad people. No, we've raised over $500,000.
It's incredible.
Okay.
It's
as
really,
a group,
really
this is, so tell us this, root for this year's ride. We got to tease people. They got to understand what they're going to miss if they're not going to be there. And for the people that are going to be there, get excited. There's a lot of planning that goes into this.
Every year, it's a lot of planning. And every year we have a different route. Again, we represent every realtor in Ontario. So we use this ride as a way to kind of be able to reach members that we may never have an opportunity to meet and to talk to and share the good work that the foundation does on their behalf. So every year we have a different route. This year's is amazing. I am super excited about it. So on the 24th of September, we're kicking off in Collingwood, and I'm going to read where it is so I don't miss any of the stops. So we're going Collingwood, Wyerton, Tobermory, getting on the ferry to Manitoulin Island, ending the evening in Sudbury. That's day one.
Wow.
And then On the 25th of September, we're going from Sudbury to North Bay to Huntsville, wrapping up with a really big celebration in Barrie on the late afternoon, early evening of the 25th. So it is like the scenery for that time of year, I think, is going to be phenomenal for this route.
Oh, first of all, I can say, for one, being part of it for the past few years, and I'm very disappointed I won't be there on day one. And for anybody being like, Dave, what's going on? Yeah, no, schedules just didn't work out for that first day, but understand something. No excuses. I will be hitting the road the next day to be able to make sure, or later on that day, to make sure I'm there in time for hopefully the evening events. And then definitely to partake in day two. And you just brought up like that big event at the end of the day. I mean, come on, we have a lot of fun.
We have a lot of fun, and you make a really good point there for anybody who's interested. Anybody can join us at any point along the way. If you can do it 2 days, great. If you can only do one day, whichever one. If you only can do one stop, like it really is whatever works for your schedule. Try to find a way to hook up with us. It's pretty cool.
It's very cool. And I mean, again, that's a great point that we bring up there, Laura, is yes, you can join us for one of the 2 days if need be. Much the same. We've had people before that have joined us for legs of the trip.
Yep.
Where they'll join from here, they'll come to there, they'll spend a few hours on the road with us,
yep,
and then hop back off just from whatever obligations. Like, look, we get it. People's lives are busy.
Yeah.
I'll go on a limb on the other side of that all and say, again, as long as you schedule accordingly, you can make a lot of things happen in life. And that just goes a lot deeper when we come to how we all leverage time. In saying that, though, if time is something where you think to yourself, you just can't make it, please know, we invite you to join us. Join us for something. You know, it's a great time. Not only you riding a bike, not only giving back, the group of people is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, I wanted to ask you that. You know, when was the first time you did this one?
I have been. This will be my third year attending the ride. This will be my third year doing.
Okay, so you're like me then. Your first year was the same as mine. Okay, yes. So I would ask you that then. When you were a first timer, I was a first timer. Although you and I have known each other a long time, and quite frankly, I got into the room when I got there that day, and I was like, I know everybody here.
I know, it's amazing.
I still remember leaving my house. Jennifer and I got on the bike. We drove to Whitby that morning to the yacht club or marina, whatever it was there, right? And we had to come upstairs.
Yeah.
And I remember going, I don't know who's there. I don't know I know a few people, but I don't know everybody. I wonder who I'm going to see. I wonder what I'm going to like. What was it like for you the first time that you showed up for that ride? What were you feeling going in, and how did that whole experience kind of land for you as you kind of broke the ice over the first few minutes or hour or 2 hours of just being with the group?
Well, I had the fortunate of helping to plan the ride. So I got to meet virtually a lot of people ahead of time. But I will admit, I kind of felt like an imposter because I don't ride a bike. This is not my world. So I kind of walked into it thinking these people are going to think, what is this girl doing here? And that wasn't the case. Riders are the most giving, generous, kind group of people. Welcomed me with open arms. Not for 1 minute did I feel like I was not in the right room, not in the right place. It was phenomenal. And this group of riders, like the people who help behind the scenes, they give a lot of time, they give a lot of effort. And you mentioned it, the time, like riders are giving up 1 or 2, sometimes 3 solid days of their time to give back to this charity.
It's you know, it's amazing. You say how riders are so generous and so kind and everything else. And I tell you, you know, for so many of the big events I've been to that are loaded with folks that are there on motorcycles, you know, it's amazing how you actually meet so many different people from so many different walks of life.
Yep.
Who all just have a passion and an interest in riding motorcycles and coming together for good causes. And oftentimes everybody is there for the exact right reason.
Yeah.
You know, and it's to do good. It's to give back. And I'll double down on that with you. Like I remember showing up to the yacht club and getting off the bike and walking up the stairs and walking in the room, and right away, like I think I saw you right off the top, almost
Might
like
have.
right at the table or something. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, perfect.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, huh, okay, warm and friendly
Familiar
face,
face.
big
Think it
hug.
was. Yeah.
But then you look around and all of a sudden you realize you do recognize most, not all, because I don't want to put anybody in a position right now where they go, oh my God, but what if I didn't recognize people? Oh, I'm telling you now, you will.
Yeah.
And the best part is the minute you walk into that room, everybody there knows why you're there.
Yeah.
You're one of
Yes.
us. You're one of us right away.
Yeah.
Like,
Doesn't matter what your role is.
that's it. Like realistically, we're already a crew in this real estate industry. Now we're coming together to get on bikes together, or at least partake in this event together. It is a blast. Now you mentioned you don't ride. So what if somebody said something like, I don't ride a motorcycle, or, I live far away. Should I still care about this event? Should I still get involved with the event? What do we say to people there?
I think you kind of already said it, that it really, the ride isn't really what's important. The riders, the motorcycles, the route, the beautiful scenery, that's kind of the icing on the cake of it. That it's all about the giving back to our communities. It's all about the fundraising. So even if you don't ride, even if you can't join us that day, you can still be involved in whatever way works best for you. And it's amplifying the realtor, the good work that realtors do, and giving back to our communities. That is what it's all about.
It totally is. And I also want to make mention that, and you'll find this for anybody again who is interested. If you don't ride, and you don't see yourself getting on the route with us and traveling to different stops with us and spending all that time on the road, we want to invite you all out to come out to the stops that we're coming up to and enjoy.
Yeah.
Because we have a ton of fun every time we stop.
Yeah.
Whether it's a quick coffee stop, which is never really a quick stop, or it is at our lunch stop, which I remember, like if I think about last year, Barry had a band going, Harley Davidson, they had food. Like it was amazing.
Yeah.
It's an event. It's a mini event that you can
Yeah.
pop into for half an hour, for an hour. But I think it's very cool that when, especially for us, like when I'm seeing all the stops in my head of places we've been, but every time you roll in and there's just a bunch of people and they're clapping, they're taking pictures, everybody's just there to say hi. And again, you get to see people you don't see all the time. I want to say to everybody, go to the website. Again, realtorscareontario.ca/ride. Check out the route. See how close we'll be to your neighborhood. Pop in for a minute. Say hi. I guarantee there's going to be people there that you're like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a while. Like it's going to be just good times. So
Yeah.
please definitely come out and join us. Cheer us on.
Yeah.
It is a blast.
It really, really is.
Now, Laura, there's some amazing people. The ride, the route, the fall colors. Last year's weather was like amazing. What's something that really stands out to you about this ride, like the ride itself, or even about the people that come together to be part of it? And I know we've just been talking so much about it, but is there anything that just like jumps out at you about that?
I think if you visualize, if you've never been a rider, if you've never been in that pack of riders that do these things, to be on the side of the road, to see this group of riders going past you, everybody stops, everybody takes it in. There's something super cool about seeing this row of bikes, this line of bikes going in. And then I've had the pleasure, because usually I'll be in the car that's in the front, so I get to the locations first, and people stop and they want to know what's happening. Why are all these bikers here? And I get the pleasure of being able to say, these are realtors, and this is why we're here, and this is what we're giving back. And people are usually like, once they get over, these are all motorcyclists, and oh wow, and they're realtors and they're giving back. It's like their mind is blowing all over the place. It's so cool.
You sent like chills through me. I pictured it, because it's fun, and it made me think, and I wanted to bring this up as well, which is important for everybody to know, is that for those that might be brand new to the ride, and for those that have been on the ride, you know it, but for those maybe brand new or considering joining us, again, from a safety perspective, please know that we're not riding like our bums are on fire.
No.
We are incredibly safe when it comes to, the way the pack moves. We've got captains both at the front, the back, and stuck, kind of in the middle of the bike path, so that we can just make sure that as we're crossing intersections, as we're, meandering through our route, that if anybody's getting lost or disconnected from the ride, we've always got a group of us that are kind of waiting at lights to make sure everybody knows where to turn,
It,
signaling where we're going into as our next stop. We communicate really, really well. There's certainly a good handful of us that have been on the ride now for a few times that are very experienced, that definitely are in communication at all times to make sure that, everything we're doing on the road is very safe.
And the behind the scenes that goes into it, we have a couple of riders who are so dedicated to us and really help plan the route and do it. And they go and ride the route a couple of times ahead of time to make sure that it's a safe route, that there's nothing unforeseen. They try to go as close to the ride date as possible to make sure that there's no constructions. That construction shows up though sometimes, not going to lie, but they really, really do try. And before everybody starts out, in the morning, there literally is like a debrief on these are kind of the rules. This is what we want you to do. This is how we're going to stay in touch. So it is very, very organized.
It really is, and I think that was an important one as well. Is that we've got, there's people that have actually gone out and rode the map, rode the route, understand the roads we're going on. I'm trying to think. I don't think we've been on roads that have been like, slippery and gravelly. I mean, look, it's the road. I know last year we went through the Forks of the Credit, and you've got a lot of switchbacks. And I mean, again, you're riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
You're always being safe. But I think that our group, our organizers, have done an incredible job making sure that the route is a nice scenic route.
Yeah.
As well as a safe route.
Yeah.
So to anybody that has just any thought around that, it's an important one. Now, as we bring these things up, when we say you could run into construction, you can run into anything. Any funny or really unexpected moments that stand out to you about this ride at any given time in the past, since you've been sort of part of it?
Funny and unexpected. I think if I think about that, it's not really during the ride. It's at the end of the day of the evening, there's usually an event. There's raffle tickets we're always trying to figure out a way to raise money for the foundation. And I think this is very entertaining because I'm so not a writer. I don't know. I don't know. Anyhow, I purchased a ticket to win a free Harley motorcycle for a weekend. You don't think you're actually going to win it. Well, sure enough, didn't I win the Harley for a weekend, which was very entertaining to me.
I remember that.
I thought, what am I going to do with this? We put it to good use. It worked out in the end, but I thought that was very entertaining that of everybody who contributed to that I was the one that won it.
I do remember that, actually.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
What did you do with it in the end, you said?
We used it. We ended up using it for the riders. We did it for a draw for the riders.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. It's funny when I think about like funny or unexpected, I think the first thing that keeps coming to my mind, and this would go back to 2023 when we showed up at the name runs amiss, but the distillery that we showed up at the night of
Sleeman's. Was it Sleeman's?
No. Actually, funny story from that one was when, like, I think it was John Sleeman, like the actual man himself.
Yes.
Walks outside. He's just like older aged man. He's wearing kind of like the sweater over the collared shirt, Yep. He's got the sleeves rolled up and he walks out. He's like, hey, everybody. And he's kind of smiling and being nice. And he jumps into this like 1981 Ferrari or something. And he goes driving off and you just think like that was the most nostalgic thing that just
happened. That I actually should have used that as my funny story, because when he came out, I thought he didn't look like everybody else there because all the workers, they work in a factory. And being me, walked up to him and asked if I could help him because I thought he was lost. Literally thought he was in the wrong place.
No,
And
I own the place.
I didn't even know where I was. And I asked if I could help him. And he was like, I'm John Sleeman. And I'm like, okay, well.
Oh, that was actually a moment. But
Yeah.
no, the one I was thinking about was the year before when we were not Wolf Blast. Wolf, I feel like something. I would Jess will probably pull that up for us shortly.
Yeah.
But it was our final stop that evening. We basically sat down. It was like we started all of us around, having dinner and talking about the day's event.
Oh, I'm getting a note. It's Wolf Distillery in Ambersburg.
Thank you. There you go. I knew I was on the right path with Wolf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic place. The people
Wolfhead,
were amazing. Yeah. If you're ever in the area, Ambersburg, go check it out. Great people. But I remember sitting around outside and we were all, I mean, I know this may come out wrong, but we were basically counting the money. Like, what did we do? Like, how much did we raise? And all of a sudden we were like, oh, we're just this far off. And all of a sudden everybody there was like, oh, well, I'll do this if you do that. And we're like, okay, well, we'll do that. And everybody just started tapping. And next thing you know, we blew the number out of the water.
Yes.
I think that had to be the moment that for me was probably the most fun.
Yeah.
Because it was just so cool to watch a whole bunch of people who just had a ton of fun together.
Yeah.
Had a goal.
Yeah.
And then going, forget it. Let's smash this.
Yeah.
And just without a care in the world going, let's do this. And all for just an amazing cause.
Yeah. It's incredible.
Look, I mean, everybody, this ride it's more than motorcycles. Okay. This is about realtors. This is about partners from Ontario, from across Ontario, coming together with one shared mission. And that is shelter for everybody. So, whether you're on a bike or you're not on a bike, this motorcycle ride, it's way bigger than the ride itself. It is so much more than that. Again, it's about realtors really leading the way, really giving back to the communities that we all serve. And that's something that I really want to hammer in and make everybody understand or help everybody understand. Because again, if you're sitting back going, but I don't ride, I'm not into my motorcycles. I have no connection to this. Hey, you're in real estate, you're one of us in this industry and you are welcome to be right here with us. We want you to be there with us.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll tell you again, the networking, the people you're going to get to meet, call it what it is. The referral opportunities you're going to create for yourself. Like
100%.
it's real. It's real. Yeah. So again, a big call out to everybody, realtorscareontario.ca/ride, go sign up. If you're not going to sign up to ride, go donate. Yep. And I will say this, and I think it's, I'd be remiss if I didn't. It's been a tough year. Okay. I know that we're walking through right now. We're all navigating one of the toughest economies we've seen in almost 2 decades. Mm-hmm. And, the outside noise is very loud right now. There's a lot going on. And so it is difficult. It's not as easy. We're not seeing the type of volume of transaction or the average prices we saw from just a couple of years ago. And I get it. As a business owner, sometimes we have to watch the bottom line. We have to tighten up a little bit. We have to. But I also remind you, and I really want to encourage everybody that when you've got the right plans in place, when you know what it is you're trying to achieve, when you know that you're getting up every day and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, hey, what goes up must come down, but what goes down must go back up. And things are going to come around. And even though I truly believe we haven't seen the bottom of the market yet, that's not to be negative. In fact, I want that to be spun as a complete optimistic approach to what's going on out there. The good times are coming. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're coming as fast as like middle of September when we go on this motorcycle ride. Okay. And then beyond that, from a market perspective, they're coming. Yeah. So for anybody that's thinking, but it's a little tougher right now, look, big or small when it comes to donating, whatever you can do to take part, we're asking you to get involved. We're asking you to be part of this. We're inviting you to join us. It is going to be an absolute blast. So again, check it out, realtorscareontario.ca/ride.
Can I just interrupt there?
Yeah.
This is kind of going off what you're saying about the good times are coming. I think it's all perspective because every transaction you've got a buyer and a seller, and this is a very good market for buyers.
Oh,
so listen, this is a good time right now.
It absolutely is. And again, it's a great way, again, when we talk about I mean, look, and I'm not going to take us too far in left field about this because I could do a whole episode on this, but I would say to anybody, like when you're thinking about it and you're going, okay, raising the level of brand awareness, what am I going to do to find that next deal? Think about your involvement in something like this and being able to leverage this as the way you build the mind share out there. This is the way you kind of put a message out to say, look what I'm getting involved in. And that allows you to have a connection point with people that is not, hey, do you want to sell your house right now or do you want to buy a house right now? It just allows for conversation.
Yeah.
And it gives people the impression, which it's not just impression, it's reality, but that you are involved and that, hey, you must be doing good in business because like you're involved and you're doing things. So this goes deeper.
Yeah.
For your brand awareness. Absolutely. Now, just before we keep going, I just want to take a quick moment here. Need to take a quick moment just to make mention of our sponsors, Kids Keep in Touch Systems, who's helping realtors stay top of mind, automate marketing, build stronger client relationships. REM Real Estate Magazine, your go-to source for Canadian real estate news and industry insights. And of course, REVEL Realty, redefining real estate with bold marketing, powerful culture, and a strong commitment to community. So I just want to remind you all, do not forget, go to MindShare101.com, grab your free copy of the Ultimate Marketing Bundle. Again, it's MindShare101.com/free. Of course, we've got our MindShare Mastermind coming up September 15th through the 17th. We've only got just a few tickets left. It's a small group, 30 people max. It's a small room. It's meant to be. We're bringing out-of-the-box speakers. We don't tell you much about the event. You can learn what you can on our website. But I'm telling you now, if you got a problem you want to solve, if you got a challenge, if you want to grow, this is the room you want to be in. Check it out. Again, just a few tickets left. So we hope we'll see you all there. Now, Lori, keep it moving here. And this kind of theme of giving back, because I want to talk more about that and talk about, urgency and really what's going on out there in our world. And again, the ability for us to contribute. But when we think about this current state of life, why is supporting food, specifically food and shelter related causes, so urgent right now?
We're taking a left turn. We're going into the serious stuff now. And I think we all know the need is great. The need is real. I don't think there's any of us who are watching this now or going to watch it later on, doesn't walk out their front door and go into their communities and not see it firsthand. Never in my life have I experienced what is happening in my backyard. It was always something that happened over there. It happened in downtown. It didn't happen here. And I don't think any of us can say that anymore. It can't be denied. It can't be swept under the rug. It's there for us to all see. And I'll read from some notes here because I want to make sure that I get these numbers correctly, because they're disheartening but they're so important. So last year, over 81,000 Ontarians experienced homelessness, which is a 25% increase since 2022. 160,000 Ontario households are expected to spend more than half of their income on rent by the end of the year. And food bank usage is up 42% over the past 3 years. Over 1 million Ontarians turned to food banks between April 2023 and March 2024. And that represents 1 in 16 Ontarians, and 2 in 5 of those people were first-time visitors. Those are staggering numbers. And what we need to remember and what we need to realize is those people, they're our friends, our family, our neighbors, our colleagues. They are people that we know. These aren't just people down like somewhere else. This is real. This is impacting all of us. And we need to make sure that we support these people who need it now more than ever.
It is very real. I talked about this, I believe on last week's show. Affordability. 75%, they say 75% of income is going towards household expenses.
Yeah.
CMHC predicts that to go up to 79% within the next decade. And they also said that the benchmark is 30%.
Right.
So you look at that and you say, we are all
yeah,
in this boat.
Yeah.
And I don't want to discount the hard work that people do and say, well, you work hard, so you should give, because I don't believe that that's the right approach whatsoever.
No.
However, I do believe that, those of us that are out there and working hard and having, successes based on our hard work, not just on some luck. When we've got the opportunity to help, pick and choose, where and do it.
Yep.
Do it because again, you're helping others who need it. And when I tell you you're helping yourself, forget about filling your pocketbooks. I'm talking in the heart, right? I'm talking
Mhm.
like the mushy stuff. There's something real special about it. And when you do it, you start to realize it.
And you don't know when it's going to be you. It's sometimes it is the luck of the draw. It's just whatever happens. Those people didn't plan on being in that situation. They don't want to be in that situation, and it's by the grace of whoever you report to or think about that you get to sit here and have this conversation and hopefully not have to worry about how are you going to pay your rent, how are you going to feed your kids.
That is exactly it. Nobody plans for it. And so when we're in a position to be able to support, again, it's just the opportunity to do so. Now, what would you say is the biggest myth about charity work in real estate specifically?
Well, you kind of already alluded to it, and I think it kind of goes, I think realtors in general, we give back. We are so involved in our communities, whether it is as simple as we help in our kids' classroom, we help in our churches, we go to the local food bank, we have huge fundraisers. The vast majority of realtors give back one way or the other in their communities. And I think the public at large doesn't realize that how giving a community we really, really are.
I would agree with that. And that's why I want to encourage everybody again, to go over to our link. And I say that with a smile, but more of just the timing of when I popped that up on the screen. But I would say that, again, realtorscareontario.ca ride is the link. We talk about giving back. We talk about charity. We talk about getting involved and how, this is a very simple way how. Very, very simple. And I would say that, I guess, Laura, I kind of alluded to this as well when we talk about building up the brand, but what would you say to anybody in that sense of things when, we talk about how it actually helps realtors build their brand to grow their business? What message maybe do you have to anybody about that who's, again, on the fence or thinking about this, or maybe a little bit quasi like, I don't really know.
I think what you put out into the world comes back to you. I believe that wholeheartedly. If no matter what it is that you give to, if it's given with good intentions for the right reasons, you will benefit threefold, tenfold coming back to you for no other reason. That is why you should do it. It will serve you well one way or the other, no matter what, guaranteed.
I got to agree with that in a big way.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say to anybody who says they don't have the time to give back?
And it's fair that we're busy and it's hard. There's so much going on. And then I think if you don't have the time, you can donate directly to the foundation. We would gladly help you promote yourself that way. I would say reach out to whether it's us or an organization that you like and promote them. Sponsor their event, sponsor our event. We are for the ride. We're still looking for sponsors. We promote the people who sponsor the event quite a lot. And volunteer, get your network involved. It's just simple conversations that you can have that can move yourself forward and as well as the organizations that you want to support forward.
Yeah, I think, again, I'm going to go back to this again and say to everybody that when we talk about the time, I get it. I really do.
Yeah.
But I'm going to call every single person out who says they don't have the time. And I'm going to say that, and I know that sounds very, very jarring. And please, everybody, those who know me know that I'm pretty jarring anyways. But like realistically, like I say it, I say it from a caring perspective. And what I mean by that is I think we spend so much time scrolling our socials. I think we spend so much time, kind of getting lost in the noise, the day to day, that we don't realize how much time we actually spend doing things that really don't benefit us.
Mhm.
And then at the end of the day, we go, "Oh, I'm exhausted, or I'm busy, or I'm tired. I got so much done today." And the question I would ask is, have you really documented what it is you got done today? Did you really block the time accordingly for what you had intent to do today? And I think that
I
when
think
we
you're
do look,
talking directly to me right now.
I'm talking to everybody, Laura, because I'll tell you, 99.9% of people are in the same predicament. And that's why I say,
Yeah.
look, I say it with love,
Yeah.
right? But like 99.9% of people are in this predicament where they don't manage, pardon me, paradigm shift. They don't empower time to manage them properly.
Yeah.
And I believe when we do that, we can get a lot more done.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say to a realtor who says, I haven't got the money to give back?
That actually I think might be an easier. Start small. Every little bit helps. Just start small. Share, go social media, although yes, we spend far too much time on it, but rather than reading nonsense on our social medias, go to the organizations that you want to support, that you want to like, read their stuff, share it, like it, comment on it. That is huge for those organizations. And for our social media, if you go Ontario Realtors Care Foundation, you can find everything for us. Please go in and take a look at it, like it, join us. And then for newer agents or people who don't have a lot, what I would say is to make part of the foundation part of your brand identity. We represent every single realtor. We are here for you. So roll the foundation into your brand identity, and it will take you far, and it will do you well.
I got a set of clients of mine who coach with us. And I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something. And they had said to me, they saw me on a stage doing a keynote, and they said, you inspired us to come up with this idea. And it's funny because it was only a few years later that they were like, oh yeah, we sort of got the idea from your talk. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
But just point is, they came up with this thing called Jump in the Lake Challenge. And they basically rallied because they live up in cottage country. Amazing people. Dean Michelle, Jennifer Bacon, Kawartha Lakeside, just awesome, genuine people.
Yeah.
And they started this
I've
Jump
heard
in
of
the Lake.
it. I have
Right.
heard of it.
That's okay. So this is the thing.
Yes.
So they put on this event. They started raising money for I think for the local food bank, and then for like other causes. And like every year they kind of pick a cause that they want to donate to, and they started rallying people together. And this thing grew and grew and grew, Lori, like to the point where they had like multiple lakes taking part in this thing and multiple different people from different docks, all using the same brand. And then it was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, which I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, which they said to me, they said, yeah, the ORCF is coming up to do this and that. I'm like, wait a second, what? And I think it was the year that I'd gotten involved in the ride, and I thought, genius.
Yeah.
So here's why I bring this up. First, they're awesome people. They deserve it. However, they started this initiative on their own. They put the time and the effort to do it. They raised a ton of money for it, got a ton of recognition, positive recognition in the community, and they are genuinely not doing it for the real estate side. They're doing it to raise money.
Yeah.
They then decided, or however the connection with the ORCF came up, to connect those dots, and it just amplified the entire event.
Yeah.
So it's like, here they are with a great idea. So again, to anybody tuned in, you've got an idea, you've got something you're doing. Get in touch with the ORCF. Get in touch.
We'll help you. We will help you do what you have. That's part of what we do for realtors. We'll help you create your event, run your event, give you the tools you need. We will help you.
That's what I found super cool, because I was like, wait a second. ORCF came in and did what?
Yeah.
Oh my God, why didn't we do this sooner?
Yeah.
So to everybody, when you're doing something, you got a thought, you got an idea. Maybe it's not even off the ground yet. Maybe you haven't organized it enough. Get in touch with the ORCF. Like seriously, just get in touch, ask the question, say, hey guys, here's what I want to do. What should I do, or how can you help? They will help you take off.
And I think Jessica's just saying to me, I think they raised almost 70,000 in that event.
In that one alone. And I think they're up over like the 150 or 200 mark at this point with this event altogether. Yeah. But I mean, massive money was raised. So again, to everybody, think about it. You're getting involved in the community. ORCF is helping you. You're raising more funds. Like it's just a win across the board.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess maybe I just answered the question, but I'll ask you the question anyways. A realtor who already donates somewhere else, why should they get involved with the ORCF? That maybe I just answered that.
Yes, we can complement it. We can support you. We can complement you. We can do it together, and the different organizations can complement each other.
There you go. See. So, is there anything outside of the ride, Lori? Okay, when we talked about like fun, exciting, whatever. Is there an inspiring story that you've seen come out of, the foundation's work? Just something that jumps out at you?
Oh my gosh, there's so
there's
many.
so many, right?
There's
How
so
do you even
many.
list one? I know that
I
wouldn't be
think
fair.
I was very fortunate. Two quick ones that I'll share. I was very fortunate because of the foundation. I was allowed to attend the key ceremony where the people got their keys through Habitat for Humanity. Life-changing. It was so incredibly beautiful to see
Cool.
The foundation. We support Habitat for Humanity in a big way, and to be able to see that the work that realtors do, what we've contributed, have allowed these families given like you hear about it and you get to do the builds, which is phenomenal. If you ever get to do a build, I highly recommend to go do it. But to be part of them getting their keys, it was phenomenal. And the other one actually is something that just didn't happen to me. It's a story that I'll share. Shannon, our EO, she went to a golf tournament this summer. She arrived there and there was a bit of commotion going on, and she came to realize that the golf tournament, the food bank that they were going to support, had to close their doors. They ran out of food. They could no longer support their community. And the tournament didn't know what they were going to do. They didn't know about supporting it. And things line up for a reason, and there's a higher power sometimes. Her being there, she was able to put a few things in place and kind of said to them, listen, the money from the tournament can still go to this food bank. Funnel the money through the foundation, allow it to come through our express grant, where every board or association once a year can get an additional $1,000 to go towards an event. So this particular event, from the tournament that they had that day to the board topping up the money, and then because they funneled it through the express leg grant through the foundation, they got an extra $1,000. I think it was about $14,000 that they were able to give to this food bank within a couple of days. Like, it was a very, very short turnover. $14,000 for this food bank to buy food that was a gift that they were able to give to them. And they had to close their doors. The need was so great that they ran out of food. It's just mind-blowing sometimes.
There's got to be so many inspiring stories.
Yeah.
That both big and small.
Yeah.
Right. Because sometimes it's not going to be a $4,000. It's going to be something much smaller.
Exactly.
And again, that's why we even say, when we talk about donation, big or small.
Big or small.
Like, if you're watching this right now, big or small, everything helps. And because we're doing this collectively, like here, if every realtor in Ontario pitched in, if every single realtor in Ontario, even just a little bit, what do you think we could achieve, say, this year?
Well, every realtor does pitch in. Every realtor.
This is true. This is
1 to 3, and we gave $1.8 million last year. So we already do. But if and I will say, I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of realtors over the past couple of years, and the vast majority of them want to give more and are trying to find a way to give more. So if every realtor gave just $10, say, according to the latest numbers that I looked at, there's over 100,000 realtors across Ontario. It's $1 million that we could give out to local charities, and that would make a huge difference.
Then think about the events that we host and everything else we do.
Everything.
Again, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, think about the impact we can make as an industry on society, people, to help. And again, it's raising the level of our profession. Remember that.
100%.
That's what we're doing here. We're helping people. And yes, if you're going to look at it from your side and go, whiff them, what's in it for me? You feel good. You help people.
You
And of
get to
course,
say you helped raise $1.8 million.
that is super.
That's a big number.
Awesome. That is very awesome. Well, we want to encourage everybody to do that. Okay. Again, we really want to encourage you, get involved in the motorcycle ride, get involved with the ORCF. I don't want to say don't get involved with the ride, but I mean, if you did have something else that you're like, but I'm going to do this, get in touch. Like, let's do it together. There's power in numbers.
Yeah.
And there's muscle there when everybody's doing it, doing it together. So, Lori, before we wrap up, what would you say your message is to realtors who are listening right now, who are on the fence about getting involved, or again, when we talk about, how or where to start, what sort of that maybe, close that you want to say to everybody?
Do it. Get involved. I mean, selfishly, I want to say get involved with the foundation. Our applications for our committees will open in a few months. If you're interested, reach out to me, reach out to the foundation. I'll give you all the details. But if you don't want to get involved with us, just get involved in your community, your school, your food bank, your church, the people cleaning up your neighborhood. Just do it. It will benefit you. It'll benefit your business. You will only get good from it.
I like that. It's amazing how just do it.
Just do it sounds
just
familiar.
Rings through. Yes, I've heard that one somewhere. I really have. Look, everybody, at the end of the day, giving back isn't just about writing the biggest check. Okay. It's about showing up. It's about, doing what you can. It's about doing what we can. It's about truly being part of something bigger. This isn't just charity. This is culture. And it's us. It's our industry. It's realtors showing the world what our profession really, really stands for. So, if we go for some action steps here today, Lori, I would say to everybody, support the Ontario Realtors Care Foundation. Of course, the upcoming motorcycle ride for charity.
Yeah. And I would just say, if I can just quickly, if you go in there's this guy, David Greenspan, he's in that list. Donate to him.
Hey, look, whether it's myself, whether it's anybody, and there it is again about this entire ride, that seriously speaking, right? Any one of us on there, pledge any one of us as a rider, go and set up your own donation page if you want to. Like I said, like we've continued to say for this past hour now, this is about the collective of us. It really is. We're all doing this together. It's one, just big fun event, specifically for the motorcycle ride and so much of what happens. I mean, seriously, you go to any of these events, you're going to see a lot of smiling faces, a lot of people having a ton of fun.
Yeah.
So again, action steps are to do that. Get involved, donate, spread the word, please, please, please take this live right now, share it across your Facebook page, put something up on your stories, just even if it's like, you don't have a picture, type it in or just record a video. Hey, here's where to go, and ask people, let them know, remind them, realtorscareontario.ca/ride. If you got more questions, DM me, connect with my team, go to our Instagram page. Of course, we're going to say, go and choose a rider, whether it's myself or anybody else. Every single dollar makes a huge difference.
It really does. It really does. And David, we can't thank you enough. Your support is phenomenal. We're so grateful for you.
It goes right back at you guys. I'm so grateful to be able to be involved, and I thank you guys for the ongoing support and the confidence of having just the collaboration is all absolutely amazing. And it's, no thanks needed. You guys are doing some amazing work. So thank you, keep it up, and anything you need, we are always here.
Thank you.
Lori, I want to say a big, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Thank you for leading the charge with the Ontario Realtors Care Foundation. And to everybody listening, this ride, this foundation, this mission, it matters.
It really does. It really, really does. Thank you.
Lori, thank you. Whether you ride or not, again, you can contribute, you can donate, you can share, you can show up. Because when realtors give back, it changes lives. So one last time here, visit realtorscareontario.ca. Link is also in my bio on Instagram. Learn more, sign up, donate, share, tell the world, let's do this together. Of course, don't forget to grab your free copy of the Ultimate Marketing Bundle at MindShare101.com. And There's a few seats left for the MindShare Mastermind. I'm telling you right now, you know me. If you don't know me, join us. If you do know me, you know what I'm bringing to the table. You know what we're bringing. We've got an amazing, amazing, amazing event. Like I said, there's less than a handful of tickets. If you want one of those tickets, DM me. Let me know you want one. Ask me any questions you got. I'll give you a little bit of insight, but we do tell you this is the event you know nothing about, very much on purpose. If we haven't connected on Instagram yet, follow me at David Greenspan 101. Again, like I said, shoot me a DM, get in touch anytime. If you want to know more about the ride, ask away. I love this ride. I love what the ORCF is up to. I love being part of it. I'm super grateful for it. And hey, with all that said, until next time, keep building the mind share, because that is how you get the market share. Big thanks to our sponsors, Kits, REM, and REVEL Realty. This has been another episode of the MindShare podcast. Thank you for tuning in.